Thinking about a career in cybersecurity, but not sure if a trade school is the right path? Today we're breaking down why the trade schools actually teach and whether they're worth the cost, and who should, or for that matter, who shouldn't go this route. A trade school comes in a variety of different paths. We often see them called vocational schools. This is non-accredited colleges or schools that promise to get you a job afterwards. In a lot of cases, I see these more as a boot camp, not really something that I would partake in, but they still classified under that trade school kind of umbrella. We also have technical colleges, community colleges. This is really, in my mind, more of that trade school route. And we'll kind of dissect the differences as we're going through it. But often, a trade school is a practical, job-ready training facility that kind of teaches and boasts those hands-on technical equivalencies rather than giving the full college experience that you might see in, say, a university or in another program that's pure on the academic side. Think of a hands-on workforce training that's specific to cybersecurity, but not realistically going back into that pure 6-month program that's all about teaching it, but what we would consider a boot camp. And I think that's biggest difference of all is when we look at trade schools, how are they different from boot camps, which we've already discussed? So there are some major benefits when we start talking about a trade school. The biggest one is fast completion times. You're looking at 6 to 18 months. Honestly, on the practical side, we're looking closer to that 12 to 20 more month kind of timeline. They provide lots of hands-on training with labs. You're going to see cyber ranges. You're going to have equipment. You're going to be able to touch servers. A lot more than what you would normally see in a conventional classroom. It's going to prepare you for certifications, whether it's A+, Network+, Security+, CYSA+. If they promise you CIS, run away. You don't need it, right? But they're going to go through and they're going to promise you those very specific certifications. And yes, I know I said all the CompTIA ones, but a lot of times CCNA or CCNA be in there as well, right? They usually boast smaller class sizes, usually between 18 and 30 students. And I know a lot of you are going, wait a minute, 30 students is a small class size? Have you been to a university lately where they're hitting those numbers of record highs? I think I teach a class right now that honestly has got 250 students in it. Yeah, they're that high. And so having these smaller class sizes really allows you to get with that trainer, that instructor, and kind of learn more from it. And I think this is really one of the major selling points when it comes to a good technical school, a good trade school. What I love about trade schools, when I really kind of go through it, is the hands-on portion. I don't think that you can get any better than a real, down-to-earth trade school when it comes to hands-on learning. And look, I'm the first one to say it as somebody that teaches college classes, that we probably are not the best when it teaches hands-on. When you teach it at an academic level, at a college or university level, we're very direct. We go through, we provide the labs, we go through the process, and what we suck at from a university level is connecting the dots. How does this tool coefficient with this tool, which allows you to put it all together? And that's where we just suck. I'm gonna be honest with you, we're not good at it, right? But usually a vocational or a trade school, they're actually pretty good at it, right? It gives you a faster entry-level path into that IT or SOC position. It's less theory, more job-focused. And there is benefits to both sides, right? On the academic side, and you're going to hear me comparing it a lot, you're learning more about how to write, how to communicate, how to utilize your critical thinking skills, how to move it from, hey, this is the base level, up to the business level, up to the managerial level, and advanced technical theory. Whereas when we're looking at a trade school or vocational school, we're really looking at that base level, entry level positions. We're teaching you the basics of how the equipment works and what you need to make it function to get the job in cybersecurity. And I think there's a major advantage in that over a college or academic program. And again, both of them have their great ideals or their great structures when we're looking at it. Finally, that structure, that guided learning that we see within this pathway, right? And I think this is the major advantage, right? And I haven't done a video yet on self-study, but I got to tell you, I've never seen self-study work by itself. Now, has it worked before with other practices? Yes, but by itself, not so much, right? Now, we talked about the advantages, but what about the disadvantages? I think the biggest disadvantage is quality. It varies widely. One school could be absolutely fantastic. They could teach you everything you need to know. They've got great instructors, state-of-the-art equipment. You're learning a lot, and when you get through it, you're like, I feel confident about what I've got. But just like anything else, you could go to a completely other school, another trade school, and get nothing out of it. They promise that they're going to teach you all this great stuff, but when you're all done, you know how to use Windows and not much else. And so I think the quality really comes into play. Another big advantage or disadvantage, I should say, when it comes to these technical schools is be careful with the writing on the wall, right? This is where I really want to separate the differences between the two, in my personal opinion. There's trade schools that are worth college credits. You go through and they say, hey, if you take our course here, our trade school, it's worth X amount of college credits, and they point to a specific university, a specific community college, something else that says, if you pay the additional fee or automatically you can get these college credits. Always pay the additional fee, always get the college credits, right? But they go through and they provide this college credit. So that means they're being academically certified. And I know a lot of people are very, very anti-academics. They're very, very anti-degree, and I get it. It's okay. But what is your mind going to be 5 years from now or even 10 years from now? Having those degrees, having those credit hours is well worth it. And there's the other side of it. If they're being academically recognized, that means the Department of Education has gone through and they said, yes, that course qualifies. Somebody with academia says that you are learning something that is valuable or comparable to college courses, right? Even the military does it. And so very, very worthwhile. If you go to a vocational school and they're like, we don't have anything like that, I would tell you, I don't want to say run, but I would tell you to very much think twice about doing it. And that's just because it fits more in that boot camp field, less in the vocational field. And that's my own personal opinion, right? Trade schools can often be expensive. Anytime you're looking at a trade school that's not directly attached to, say, a community college or a vocational college, right, it can get pretty expensive, more so than some of the boot camps. And that's, again, where you kind of go through and you have to kind of figure it. I think there's a big one from history of my time was ITT Tech, right? They're not in business anymore, but they were very expensive. They promised the jobs. They overpromised. They did great work. I've got several friends that have graduated from them, but they were nationally accredited, not regionally accredited, which means none of their college credits went over to a real degree, and that's a problem, right? One of the problems that vocational school often has is limited depth, and you got to remember this, right? You're looking at a program that's usually 12 to 18 months in length. You're going to have gaps in there, and I think that's true of anything, not just trade schools, not just vocational schools, not just boot camps, but full-on universities as well. There's always going to be gaps, and I'm not going to say they're not going to be there, but how big is the gap? And I think that's where it really comes into play. And I like to attribute this to boot camps have very large gaps, vocational schools have some gaps, universities and colleges have a little bit of gaps. Now, that's not true of everything, right? It does change as it's going through, but overall, that's how I look at it, right? I think when it comes to vocational schools, if you're trying to jump in to cybersecurity, if you're trying to get in, get a job, start learning the keyboard movements, go through the process, and just get the job as quick as possible, I honestly think this is the safest route. I really do. And the reason is because you're getting a lot of hands-on environment, you're getting into a field where you can jump right in, you're bypassing all the gen ed stuff that you normally have to do with a full-blown university, but it's not ideal for long term. It's great if you just want to jump in, but you're going to find out, especially if you're younger, later down the road, that you kind of need that bachelor's degree. And I know there's going to be people on here that say, no, you don't need a bachelor's degree, it's not that important anymore, it's all, I'm going to disagree. I think that bachelor's degree is really going to help you out when you're looking for those leadership roles, when you're looking for those managerial roles, right around you've been doing the job, and if you start it in your early 20s, maybe in your late teens, and you're like, oh, I want to do this, about 28 to 32 is when you start to decide, oh, wow, I'd like to make more money. Well, the money's in management. I hate to be it that way, but it is, right? Usually with a vocational school, there's less career mobility. You're not going to be able to pivot quite as easily. Cybersecurity is often a growing field. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm not 100%. But your skill set that they're training for you is very, very, very narrow, right? And so when you try to go outside of that, that's where problems can kind of erupt, right? I'm not saying they're always going to, but I'm saying, why would you pick a trade school over something else? Well, if you want a fast, guided, hands-on approach, I think trade schools do it. If you learn best through labs and hands-on stuff, which most people in cybersecurity do, not a big fan of lectures, but you want to just dive in with those hands, I think a trade school is actually a pretty solid choice. It provides that structure and accountability. You can help get with your certifications, and you've heard me before, I'm a big advocate of certifications, not because I think they're all that in a bag of chips, but more because the industry has almost made it mandatory. And I don't agree with it. You've heard me say this before in other videos. Not a big fan of certifications being mandatory, but a good trade skill will help you get them, knowing that certification is going to help you get the job, right? And so if you're aiming for an entry-level IT or SOC position, I think a trade school is great, especially if you need a quick turnaround. Maybe if you're a career changer, Maybe if you're like I was when I was in my late teens, it was like, I just can't sit through lectures. I need to do something with my hands. I think a trade school is a valuable tool to do it. When is it not good to enter a trade school? I think if you work in government, DoD, or intelligence, probably not the wisest choice. Why? Because they don't offer the degrees, and a lot of DoD and government wants that degree. They want to see that piece of paper. I'm not saying it's the best. I don't entirely agree with it, but it is what it is. If you want to become an engineer, if you want to do malware analysis, if you want to do penetration testing, if you want those advanced cyber analyst positions, the ones that pay like 6 figures, literally starting out after like 2 or 3 years of doing anything in cybersecurity, probably not the best choice. I think you're going to find that you're lacking that knowledge, that experience that is required with that process, right? And a lot of those positions, they want you to have the bachelor's and in some cases a master's degree. And you're just not going to get that at a trade school. Is it a great way to start? Oh, absolutely. Is it great for long term? No, you're probably going to have to build yourself up a little bit more, right? And finally, I think if you want to do a learning at your own pace, pretty cheap, right? I think a trade school can do it. This is one of those positions where, or I should say one of these learning opportunities where you go into it and you can start learning right away. You can get the hands-on thing, but you have to do it a lot yourself, right? And this is true of any one of these programs that I'm going to be talking about. It doesn't matter if it's a boot camp, doesn't matter if it's a trade school, a university, doesn't matter what it is. You've got to put forth the effort. If you are just going to show up and do the bare minimum, regardless of what path you go, you're going to fail every time. It's just a matter of course, right? So if you're one of those people that cannot learn to go on your own pathway, right? You can't do it by yourself. This is probably a very, very good option because they provide that structure, they provide that capability in order to do it. So do I think trade schools are a good job, a good idea? Absolutely. I think they're a great idea if you just want to dive in and get your hands dirty. I think they're a horrible idea if you're looking for long-term career development and growth. I really do. Until next time, Dr. K.